Hey guys, what's going on? We have a special little show for you guys today. As where this is obviously on, the Empire Arcadia channel, but it has something to do with our sister channel, the Valkyries of Arcadia channel, Empress Now's channel, and I really wanted to bring a topic to everybody on this because it's like really, really having an issue here. So, as you guys know, our ladies in gaming, the Valkyries, they go out to events, to the beach, pool, Barcadia, which is like a bar and lounge where they go play video games. They do a lot of things, not only in America but here in Jamaica, that revolves around gaming. And obviously, we want them to look nice and sexy for our adoring audience that subscribes to our beautiful women in gaming. Unfortunately, there seems to be an issue with their thumbnails on Empress Now's channel. For some reason, the thumbnails keep getting flagged every time the girls go to a beach or anything and they show a little bit too much leg or something like that. It's either reported or an algorithm, and I really don't know if it's someone's reporting it. It seems to be an algorithm because it's always the case. And the latest thumbnail was the Forever Summer 6 video where the girls went to the beach. And as you can see, that's in the thumbnail right there below. Those are 6 of the Valkyries, and they're all standing there looking out into the ocean. And that thumbnail got flagged. However, above, as you can see, these beautiful white ladies with some serious cheekage are in a bikini contest. That video has 1.1 million views, and it was uploaded this year. So definitely, if anything, the algorithm is going to catch that. Somehow, the YouTube algorithm missed it. Trust me, I've checked. There's a bunch of other videos with the same thing like this, and it seems to be a pattern here. Like, a certain set of girls can be in bikinis and show their derriere off or whatever. But when another set of girls do it, it seems to get flagged. And this is what this entire video is about. We want to talk about the YouTube algorithm being broken or biased. And today, I have some guests with me. We have Empress Nile, we have Valkyrie Anna, we have Valkyrie Robin, the gaming diva, and we also have EMP Evil Jagan, the waifu god. Let's talk about this situation because I know this has happened to some of you guys, and I wanted to get your thoughts on this entire situation. You guys have the floor. We'll start off with you. Well, you know something? Ladies first. Anna, let's start with you. What's your thoughts on this? Because I know you have some type of knowledge on the whole the rules and stuff like that, and I want to kind of go over those rules first before we all start putting our opinions in on this matter.
Yeah. So the rules, as far as, the rules between content and videos and content and thumbnails is very much the same, but specifically they divide them into 2 sections. So for thumbnails, don't post a thumbnail on don't post a thumbnail on YouTube that fits any of the descriptions below. Thumbnails that include pornographic images. Ours don't. Violent imagery intended to shock or disgust. Ours don't. Thumbnails misleading viewers into thinking they're about to view something that's not in the video. They're not being misled. You see girls in bikinis, swimsuits on the beach. That's exactly what's in the video, plus some extra stuff. Like, that's it. Please note, this is not, still reading. Please note, this is not a complete list. Sometimes a thumbnail will not be appropriate for all audiences, but doesn't violate our community guidelines. When that happens, we'll remove the thumbnail, but we won't issue a strike on your channel. We'll let you know we removed it, and you'll be able to upload another thumbnail. Here's what we consider when we remove these kinds of thumbnails that do not result in a strike. Whether breasts, buttocks, or genitals, clothed or unclothed, are the focal point of the thumbnail. I wouldn't say that applies because their butts are not squished up to the camera. They are full body images. You can clearly see the background. It's not heavily focused on that. Whether the subject is depicted in a pose or clothing that is intended to sexually arouse the viewer. A swimsuit is a swimsuit. It is literally intended to be worn to go swimming. There's nothing implicitly sexual about it. So if someone is finding it overtly sexual, that is literally their own problem, not the wearer of said swimsuit. And women just standing isn't sexual in any fashion either. Like they're literally just standing there. So the only thing I can assume is that no one is ever allowed to be horny on YouTube, and women aren't allowed to just exist. Whether violent or gory imagery is the focal point of the thumbnail, obviously we don't have any violence or gore in any of our thumbnails. Whether the title, description, tags, or other data indicate an intent to shock or disgust viewers, again, doesn't even remotely fit anything that the channel has ever put out in the history of the channel. So I'm finding a very hard time seeing where these thumbnails violate the policies in any fashion, because in that case, the only thing they could possibly use is the buttocks or the focal point of the thumbnail, or it's intended to be sexually arousing. But in that case, who's the person that decides that?
Exactly. So
Because the intent of the thumbnail is determined by the person that makes the thumbnail, and then everybody else is just assuming.
and the intent of the thumbnail is literally heat check on the beach deck with the Valkyries. It's there to showcase the Valkyries, just like this bikini contest thumbnail above. It's there to showcase girls in a bikini, and so forth. If someone wants to make it
What I
sexual,
don't get is looking at these two thumbnails side by side. Our Valkyries are way more clothed.
then exactly.
Way more clothed.
But this is the funny thing.
These little white girls here.
The funny thing about
Like,
the girls above, though, they're not breaking community guidelines either. They're having a bikini contest.
they're not. But in the way that I think people are trying to use the rules right now to get these thumbnails taken down, the girls in the white, by that standard, would be the only ones breaking the rule. Like, the only thing keeping me from seeing their anuses is a piece of cloth that's maybe like an inch wide compared to what our girls are wearing.
Exactly, because some of them are wearing string bikinis, right? Versus our girls that are wearing thongs, which there's more.
They're also it's also like like, oh yeah, it's a bikini competition, but like they're all wearing platform stilettos. They're very clearly not at a beach or literally anywhere near a body of water. Maybe that's a little lake in the background, I don't know. But they're on a stage. There's a tip jar. I mean, there's a lot going on here.
I just noticed that.
You just noticed the tip jar.
Yeah, I just noticed
that's
the
sitting
tip
right
jar.
there. So, I definitely, first of all, neither thumbnail breaks the rules irregardless. But second of all, if that's the standard we're playing by, there is some very heavy bias that I think I'm seeing here, because I mean, our girls do not have a tip jar with their entire ass cheek hanging out. So
Okay, moving. Let me get on. Move on up to next one. Empress now. Yes. What's your thoughts on YouTube? Banning your thumbnail, having you to redo a new one, and leaving up a thumbnail such as the other one with the ladies in the bikinis. How do you feel about this?
I'm annoyed. I'm frustrated because some of the videos that I've been searching for, they have been up for like years and they have gotten so many views, and you see what the focus is for the other videos. But for our videos, the focus is us as people. It's not our booty. It's not the swimsuit. It's us. We just happen to be at the beach. So I'm like, as Anna said, if I go judge my video based on what you think it's not a part of your rules or whatever, why aren't you judging them? I mean, yeah, neither of them are breaking the rules or whatever, but if you're not going to judge one, judge all. Don't just be like, oh, I think that one violates it, but that one stays. Why? I can never understand that. And that's just weird to me.
Do you think the algorithm? Do you think well, first of all, do you think it's an algorithm issue, or do you think somebody is just hating on the Valkyries channel and they're just reporting it? Which one you think it is?
I think almost every beach vlog is a problem. We have to be having like backup thumbnails just in case they take off the first one. It's always a problem. but other videos with people who dressed in less clothing. I mean, hella less clothing. It's completely fine. I can't understand that.
Now,
Too. The
I
streams
see.
are constantly getting flagged, and they're just in their room, like fully closed.
Now, there's
But
another
removed it
thumbnail.
for inappropriate content. No.
There's another thumbnail that you have, right, where it has you girls standing out looking at the beach, but you're turned around, so it's half of you looking back. So now the focus isn't the butts because your faces are available. Not that that should matter, because if you look at the thumbnail above, you don't see the faces of any of those
Exactly.
girls anyway. And
Yep.
even that one got flagged, which I just found funny because now the new thumbnail that you have has see-through words that covers the areas of your buttocks, and that seems to stick.
It
That one
stays.
does. So far, it's been what, an hour and a half, and it has not been
Wow.
struck. So
Wow.
I'm wondering. In my opinion, I kind of lean more towards you. Who made the algorithm to pick up that, but not pick up, the others? I have literally gone through. I typed in sexy girls on the beach. I don't say sexy black girls. I don't say sexy white girls. I
Sexy
put
girls, yeah.
sexy girls on the beach. And when you put sexy girls on the beach, you'll find out that there's a lot of different videos of white girls. I've come across nudity for nature purposes. For
Oh,
literally,
before you continue,
yes.
I don't want anybody else have anything to say. We are not bashing white people in beach.
We don't have to explain that.
We're
We don't.
not. No,
no.
I'm telling, because people are mean.
No, you don't
People
have
are
to. No,
goofy people.
there's nothing we've said. The thing is, the reason why it's not needed to be said, because we've already stated that the thumbnail above you guys' thumbnails hasn't violated the terms of conditions either. This is the reason why that thumbnail is being used, because in terms of the theme, it's the exact same thumbnails. A bunch of girls with their backs turned and their cheeks out, looking forward. You don't see their face, you don't see anything else. It's just hanging cheeks. The same thing for the Valkyries, but one is struck and the other isn't. One had 25 views and it was struck. The other one has 1.1 million views and is not. So the question here is the YouTube algorithm broken or biased?
I
This
think it was
is the
made that
question.
way. It's not broken. It was made that way. That's what I think.
That's what you think? Okay. And so we're going to go to our next lady, the lovely Captain Commander Valkyrie Robin, the gaming diva. Your thoughts on the entire matter? Because I know you've been getting some hate on your channel. You upload a video, and before it can even, the first view, it has like 7 dislikes. Like, okay, how come you have 0 views but 7 dislikes? That's crazy. Like, the video didn't even get a view yet.
I don't need to see it to hate.
Right.
Well, I just think it's both. I think the algorithm is garbage, it's trash. And to be quite honest, I really think that it's people going to our channel, Empress Now's channel, the Valkyrie's channel, and just, false flagging it just so it can get taken down. And the whole thing, I think, with the whole coronavirus thing is going on, I truly believe that it's a situation where maybe YouTube is understaffed. This is just my 2 cents on the matter. And whoever that they do have working there is just kind of using their best judgment to be like, whatever. And then, I don't know, like the algorithm has changed so many different times over the years. But in the end, I just really think it's a black and white thing. I can't help but to feel that way because of all these other different. We have the Caucasian sister, the Asian sister, everybody, every other ethnicity other than the black woman. And it's like, as soon as we try to do something similar or even more in a more modest, tasteful manner, we get flagged, we get demeaned, we get hate in the comments. Our stuff comes down easily. And it's like, but wait a minute, what about these other channels over here? Like, you can't help but to, like, for me personally, I can't help but to feel that way because I constantly see it all the time.
All right. So I want to give the last, I want to give the floor to our YouTube professional. Even though I have my experience at YouTube, I'm not well versed in the SEO or what is that, social engineering, something, something. I don't know about YouTube that much, like how this gentleman I'm going to bring to the mic here. But Evil Jagan, the Lord and the God of the waifus, I want your take on this entire situation because you really have the in depth, you really have the experience when it comes to YouTube as to what's this about, and your thoughts is really valued here. So close us out with what you think is the issue here.
So the problem we have here is we're dealing with two kind of separate things, and we don't know exactly what's going on. So I've personally experienced getting thumbnails that have been deemed too like sexy or revealing too much skin. I've had YouTube automatically remove it, but if you look at the email, it says that it was manually reviewed. So YouTube is obviously lying because there's no way they removed a thumbnail of a stream that only had about 300 views, and it got taken down within a couple hours. So unfortunately, we're kind of in a rock and a hard place because there's tons of female YouTubers, tons of women out here who are doing like clothing hauls, doing vlogs. These videos have millions of views. They have very skimpy clothing on, and these things aren't being taken down. But when it comes to Empress Now and the Valkyries doing Forever Summer, beach shoots, vlogs, things of that nature, we're always having an issue of them getting flagged. Now, this is why I opened up my statement by saying there's two things going on here, because not only do we have YouTube, who's for whatever reason, you can have your theories on why they're removing Empress Now's stuff, but you also have dedicated trolls who also could be a factor, are flagging each one of the videos. And YouTube, because obviously there's not even thousands, hundreds of thousands of videos being uploaded every single day. So, and especially with COVID, there's not a manual person to manually man and review every single claim. So what trolls do is that they false flag. So YouTube, to protect itself, let's say, I don't know, a very big YouTuber uploads like pornography or gore or whatever, and everyone's flagging it. YouTube would say, "Hey, there's an abnormal amount of flags coming on this video. We're gonna take it off of YouTube, and we're going to have, if it's a big creator, if you have 100,000 subscribers, I believe you have access to with someone with YouTube directly. If not, then you're what is it? If you have like a content manager, they can go through them, or it'll just kind of sit in limbo and waiting for you to appeal it." So I honestly think what's going on with Empress Now channel is that we have a dedicated set of trolls, because yesterday we had a premiere, there was 6 or 7 dislikes. And not that I personally care about likes or dislikes, but the fact that
There was 6
there's
or
already
7, and the video didn't even, the video wasn't even made public yet. It was literally in premiere and
in premiere mode.
schedule mode. Yes.
So what that tells me is that there's people who are probably to be at I want to curse, to be terrible individuals. They are flagging the video, and because Empress Now's channel is probably not that big, they probably have some sort of automated system to judge how many times a video can get flagged before it gets into the limbo. We're taking the thumbnail or removing the video and waiting for you to appeal. So I think with everyone's point, that's everyone who's made a point on this little video that we're making here, is we all are kind of right. We just don't have a direct answer from YouTube, because someone from YouTube has to tell us actually why our stuff is being removed, and not, AI bots on Twitter or appeal forms that are probably not going to work. By the time the appeal goes through for these videos, I've uploaded 10 videos already. So this doesn't help us.
And that is very unfortunate. My take overall with all of it, like I agree with you. I think it's a mixture of everything. But I believe that the algorithm is made in mind with certain people, certain demographics. When it comes to us, and it's not all of us, obviously, because there are some videos out there where black girls are in skimpy stuff, swimsuits, or whatever the case may be, and those videos are there. But those videos are usually in the hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands, and a few of them in the millions. The average black girl on YouTube in a bathing suit, looking good at a beach, getting flagged? Not really, and it all depends on where you are. I've tried working with Empress now by trying to change the location of her channel and the genre from gaming to travel and events, and then put the location to Jamaica, so people know, okay, this is a travel to Jamaica at a beach, so that the thumbnail matches the context of the actual video. These are girls on the beach, they're dancing and stuff like that, and it's a part of the entertainment and whatnot. But this is the part where I have to agree with Niall, I'll have to agree with Anna, and I have to agree with Robin. The moment the thumbnail was changed and we put text over the girl's area where their derriere is exposed, and now that imaged area is blotched up and you can't see their butts, the thumbnail has stuck. No reporting, no algorithm, nothing. It's just there. It's there from now. Like, we don't have any problems. There's even a thumbnail where I am with the girls, my hands is up in the air, and the girls are all looking towards the camera, just taking a picture with me in their bathing suit. That got struck too. And it's like, what? So I had to now help now get text and put it where it blocks out the entire midsection from their stomach down to their thighs, to just block it out. It doesn't really block it out, but it goes over the front area, so you can't really enjoy the entire image. You now just focus on our face, and if you do look down in that area, you look down at the text. You don't really see the girls' bodies or whatever the case, and that stands. Yet, thumbnails like the one that you see in this thumbnail here with the girls up there stays, and that's makes like, who created the algorithm to read that? Who did that and why? Why is it done? We need an excuse, an answer for that. But then at the same time, you're right. We're in the COVID-19 era. A lot of things are going on. Like, our channel is not the only one being flagged. There's a million trolls out there, closing into a billion trolls out there, or half a billion, just flagging people's channels, people DMC takedowns and all this other stuff. And it's not enough for YouTube to be able to take care of, because they don't even have the First of all, they never had the manpower, and COVID-19 made sure they definitely don't have the manpower. So everything is automated now, and the system's going to make sure, okay, if it's automated, it's better to take down and review, and they'll get back to you at a later date, than to leave up and it be a potential actual, risk for them. So it's just one of those situations. But thank you guys for joining us for this short little segment that we had. Wanted to talk about this because, we feel that Empress Now's channel is under attack, and that's our sister channel, the Valkyries of Arcadia, and that's where all our girls goes on, and we're trying to get them a more exposure, and they make more content than the guys. We just play video games and stuff like that. The girls actually go out and do stuff along with playing video games, and it's just an unfortunate situation that their channel is constantly being attacked. But we wanted to get them to be able to view their points of views regarding this. YouTube, we hope that this is something that you can look into, and help us try to fight this situation. We don't know what's going on. Hopefully we can get our original thumbnails back for the two appeals that we put in. We want to maintain our Valkyries channels, but we want to thank everyone for joining us, and we'll see you guys in the next upload or the next stream on Empress Now's channel. Good night, and take care of yourselves.